Ladies and gentlemen, you hear him calling the games with Bob Papa, the great Carl Banks. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm feeling all right. How are you feeling? Are you excited for another season? Oh, we got to pump Carl up.
No, bump me down.
Oh, bump you down. I'm sorry.
I am. I think it's going to be an interesting year. I don't know where they're going to end up win-loss, but they are a more talented team. And it, looks like NFL football. Like when you watch it, it just doesn't look hard.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about.
That was my take last year. Some of those games, and you were calling.
Yeah.
I felt bad for you, to be honest with you, because it wasn't watchable football.
It just looked.
It was
hard,
non-competitive.
Right? Yeah,
right.
and they've got some stability on the offensive line as long as they have it. Obviously, that always helps. But I think with Russell, there's a leadership component that's player-driven now.
Right. Yeah.
Right, and it's player-driven from someone who's not in the peer group, if you will. He's been through it. He's faced adversity, come out on the other side of it. He's been a winner in this league. He's a perennial Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl MVP. So when he speaks, it's authentic, right? And the best part about it, and both Tiki and I can attest to it, if you can still play, your leadership, your words carry more weight, right? If it's a guy just chattering and you look at him and you're like, he can't play. Like, yeah, that was great, but he can't play.
Right.
So he can still play. He's got a live arm, and he's chronically positive. And that, some people call him corny, right? And I've had lunch with him. It's just who he is, right? And
it's organic. It's authentic.
It's
who he is.
authentically who he is, right? And so you have these conversations, and people are like, what did you think about it? I'm like, it's just who he is, right? I mean, if you have a problem with positivity, or if you're somebody who's always looking for the negative in it, you're not going to find it in him.
Positive Tommy sitting right next to you. That's Positive Tommy's mantra the whole time. But here's the operative question, Carl, is how much do we think he has left? Because I keep getting asked this question, what's the offense going to look like? Well, I don't know. Russell Wilson could have 12 great games or 10 or 4. I don't know the answer to that yet because of what we've seen over the last 3 years, 1 in Pittsburgh and 2 in Denver.
Well, the one thing I've seen, and I guess it's the easiest thing to see with a quarterback, is if his arm is still live.
Yeah.
I mean, he can drive it outside the numbers, and the deep ball has never left him.
Never left him.
So when you look at him in practice and he's driving, the out routes, I'm like, okay, he's got a live arm. Now, he's not going to be as mobile, but he can still get out of the way. He can't be sack adverse or interception adverse. He's going to have to take sacks when he needs to take them. He can't be retreating like he used to because he doesn't have that escapability. But, everybody is clamoring for Jackson Dart, and I get it. But to have a team that has the luxury of bringing a quarterback along to be your future is a luxury these days.
Right.
Because they've got Jameis and they got Russell and then Jameis. So they got guys who can hold the rope and they can get them in. But there is a mandate to win. I don't think anybody's under the illusion that they can lose every game and say, hey, look, we got Jackson Dart, so we just can't wait for him to get in. Russell's got to win games. They all have to win games. So that's a given. How many, I don't know. But it's a better team. They've got better talent. And it looks like football.
Right.
Like offensively, it just doesn't look like it's a struggle every single play.
Forget offensively. I think defensively is where I'm most excited. Simply, and it's just personnel right now.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them all play together yet with Dexter and obviously the edge rushers, Abdul Carter being the one that they just drafted, the free agents that they brought in the second and third levels. It feels like this is going to be the Giants' identity again, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is a wide-open passing league nowadays, but you still got to have some toughness, and I feel like the Giants did that this year.
Yeah, so it's going to be identified, hopefully through defense, but I'm young enough to remember when there was a Jim Fossil-led offense and a Sean Payton-led offense.
100%.
Defense had its personality, but offense was kind of, you guys were really putting up numbers, so I like the balance. Again, like you have Roy Robinson Harris. Well, let's put it this way. The Giants defense now has rotational depth where in the past it was just guys who could fill in. So if Dexter went out, you could count on a 20-yard run.
Right.
No more. They
right.
have guys who they can rotate and really create different packages.
Right. It's not. There's no Jags.
Right.
Right. There was just a guy. This is a guy you're throwing in there. There's no expectation for him. Just don't look horrible. Nowadays, it feels like there is a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Everywhere, really.
The fact that you have legitimate competition with guys that, not average guy versus a below average guy, which guy's going to start. It's like two starting caliber guys. You look at, the cornerback position, just offensive line across the board. They're going to put the best 5 guys out there. And then the guys who back up are going to be good. So Marcus Bowe, who's position ambidextrous, like left and right tackle. He goes, he switches, and it's just like his brain automatically flips over, and he does everything, the same as he would. I don't know what his strong position is, but he can play both.
Right. I thought he was a little better at right guard in the preseason. He felt more aggressive as a right guard, and then as a left guard, it's just a different. Yeah. It's a different animal playing left guard or left tackle.
Left tackle. James Hudson III brings personality and moxie to the offensive line. Like, he fights anybody. He'll bait you into it. What happened to Dak Prescott last night?
With Jalen Carter?
He would bait somebody into doing that. He is totally that guy. Wow. Like, he will bait you into anything. I mean, he had fights with most of the edge rushers in practice, and it was just like, for him, okay, come on. And then they'll try something hard, and then he slams them on their face, and it's just interesting. I like that he brings that to their offense, because I think offensive linemen, they need one a-hole in the group. Lovable to his teammates, but hated everywhere else.
I have this belief that we have cameras everywhere during these games, so we saw Dak spit, we saw Jalen spit. How often were you spat at while you were playing in the NFL?
I have one score to settle.
Oh.
Still unsettled.
Still. Carl, that was like 25
years,
30 years ago.
Yeah. Washington Redskins. Yeah. Mark May. Put one right in my face. Yeah. So.
And how'd you respond to it?
Oh, we have a way. I couldn't get back at him the way I wanted to.
Sure.
But, so this is during a period where if an offense was pretty rough with you, you could literally look at film, and cutting on interceptions were legal. So if we got an interception, we already knew who the guys we were going after. So it could be away from the ball, and we go get you. We go take your legs out. We go headhunt you. So we just never, that game, we never got around to doing it again. But I got him a few times, but I thought he crossed the line when he spit in my face. I never forgot that one. But, but I had my share of licks. But that's the one I unsettled score right now. I don't know if we can ever settle it now because we're not in competition. Yeah. And he's a good dude off the field. So.
Right. We're talking to Carl Banks. Giants kick off this season on Sunday in Washington. Were you surprised, and it's unofficial, but it seems like it's going to happen, were you surprised that Jackson Dart is actually going to be the backup, which means they can't control his NFL debut? I mean, if something happens to Russ, he could play on Sunday. Did that surprise you?
I think no, it didn't. I think it's a strategic move because of so much that he showed during the preseason. Right. Maybe somebody thinks there's a package coming in. Maybe there is a package for him.
That's
Maybe
what Sean says. Sean keeps saying it.
Yep. It could be. I don't know, but that's something else that Washington has to prepare for, right? If it's Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, you know what Jameis is, right?
Right.
This kid, you don't know. They've shown a lot of different things with him, and so could be a package. I don't know, but Washington now has to prepare for him.
What has impressed you, Brian Daboll, about him? Because with a young quarterback, sometimes it's, they were drafted high, he's going to play eventually, but it seems from afar, obviously in my case, that Jackson Dart's impressed everybody. He has gone into the season with whoa, this kid has it. What's impressed you about him?
The kid has it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean he's mastered the game, but he comes in with a certain level of confidence, but a knowledge of how football works. Right? How to move in the pocket. And there's going to be things he hasn't seen, but when you watch him, you're like, he's got it. He's a guy that is going to be a good quarterback for your team. He's got potential. oh, look at his arm. He can do it. When he learns this, he's a guy that gets it. And, you know, it kind of speaks to when pundits are talking pre-draft and teams are not, pay attention to the guys they're not talking to.
Right.
Right? Because Brian Daboll interviewed all those other guys 4 or 5 times. I don't know what it was. But everybody just kept talking about the other guys, and Jackson Dart was a guy that, yeah, maybe he's a second rounder or whatever, but he's football ready. And the thing that I like about him and why I think he's NFL ready or prepared is that he had pro coaching. Charlie Weiss Jr.,
right.
They ran a pro system, and his head coach. So I think he ran sort of a pro offense, Lane Kiffin, and I think their meetings, how he processed football was through the eyes of guys who actually coached in the league.
Yeah, I think you've probably seen this as well. And this is an intangible. This isn't he's got a big arm. He understands playbooks, things of that nature. But when you look at guys like Lamar Jackson, you look at guys like Josh Allen, forget what they do on the field. It's their relationship with their team is so real. Like Tommy DeVito had this.
Yes.
He was an everyman.
Yes.
He just everybody liked Tommy, and he'll hopefully never plays in New England, or we don't have to see him go be successful someplace else because we love him.
I want him to be successful because, you know, if he could have the type of success as a backup that Tyrod Taylor had. He's going to be making $5-10 million for the next 6 years, 8 years.
Right, and then he's going to retire and be a superstar.
And I would love that for him because, you know, at some point it's like it's time for you to leave the nest, right? He had graduate school preparation, so Daboll prepared him for whatever. So, but if he stayed here, it would just be another guy and then another guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But he leaves, and you know, and Daboll, he would be like the guy, the old reliable, right? Daboll's never going to get rid of him because he knows what he can do, right? But they're going to always bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
Now he can go out and really maximize his potential earning and playing as a viable NFL backup quarterback.
No, I think you're right about that. But my point was about his ability to have great relationships with people. And I think Jackson Dart has that kind of relatability to whoever the dude is, whether it's the black dude from the South or whether it's the country boy from the Midwest. Like, he understands the relationship matters, especially when it comes to leader.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about when you have that type of quarterback, because the position requires that you are neutral on issues, a problem solver in the locker room, and you can navigate from click to click to click and go out to dinner, go out and have beers, go drink, and everybody loves you because you are not taking sides, but you're settling disputes, right? And then you bring everybody together for one goal. I think that's what's great about him as a young kid.
How good can Abdul Carter be?
He's got something special. He's different. He just, everything's different. And I made the analogy, not the comparison, but the analogy of, you know, Lawrence and I would practice all the time, and we'd be standing and watching him do something, and we ask him, what did you do? Like, are we watching practice film and something happened? What was that? He's like, I don't know. I gotta go back and look at it. Like he's that instinctive type of guy, where things happen, and he doesn't overthink it. He's a natural athlete and very, very instinctive, but man, is he explosive.
Right. Let's break down this game against the Commanders down in D.C. Obviously, Jaden Daniels was ridiculous a year ago, winning Rookie of the Year. They're one of the top run teams. A lot of that is simply because Jaden Daniels is going to contribute. What is the key? If there was one, what do the Giants have to do to try to keep this thing close and win it?
Well, they've had it close. It's for the Giants. They've got to continue to pressure him, but they got to be better on the back end, which they are now. But here's the thing that I ask, because the league normally does its homework, right? And I'm going to say this, and they're probably going to hear it down in D.C., but how many half-court and full-court shots are you going to make this year?
That's a good point.
I mean, they won about 3 or 4 games off of these freaking full-court, half-court shots.
Right, and not everybody is Steph Curry.
Right. And I mean, not to say he's not that talented, but like how many teams, who's going to have a guy mugging the crowd when the game is on the line, right? And he just throws, he throws up a half-court shot and it goes in. I think teams are going to be better prepared. I don't know if they're going to be less prepared or less up to the task, but I think they're going to face competition where some of the things that they were able to get away with, they won't be able to, because now everyone knows that Washington's a fourth-quarter team.
Yeah.
You got to play them 4 quarters. So for the Giants, I would love to see them run the football and keep him off the field as much as possible. And when he's on the field, you still got to pressure him.
Right.
You want him to make plays under duress. He can make anything off platform, but if your back end of your defense is better, then those plays become incompletions, and then that's where kind of the frustration will get in. But I think the defense has enough speed to chase him when he breaks the pocket, and so that it doesn't become a 30 or 40-yard run that he had last year.
You will hear more analysis like this on Sunday. Carl's calling the game with Bob. Tiki is now doing pre and post.
Love that.
So we are ready to go another NFL season. Carl, we appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
We didn't talk about your Jets. We got to hear something about that.